So I'm scrolling YouTube looking for a video to watch on this fine Friday morning. I smoked a little weed, drank some coffee, I'm big chilling, right? I see a YouTube video titled Cenat is pushing the prison agenda. Oh my God, bro. Sometimes I tell you these woke YouTubers be tripping. Cause anyway, look, let's watch this video. Then let's talk about it. This is wild. Cause shout out to the gang. Let's go. What's good? Dark Knight gang. I'm Neptune. Alright, bro, look. Yeah, man, we're gonna watch this video together. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see exactly why this YouTuber believes Kai is pushing the prison agenda. If you don't know, Cenat, very popular streamer. He did a stream faking like he was in prison. I can't believe people are going to take it this far to say he's pushing an agenda. It's like, you can't let young boys have fun. Like, this nigga probably like 22 years old or something like that. Anyway, I want to see where this guy is coming from. Let's watch this video. Apparently Kai is pushing an agenda. Let's see. Shout out to the gang. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling great as well. Yeah, let's go.
All as well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with D.
Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Kai Cenat pushing the prison agenda. Let's get right into it. In the past few years, live streaming has really started to become more popular than ever before, finally reaching what I will call its peak last year going into this year. Streamers started to get more and more popular as millions of people started tuning in for their entertainment. The biggest streamers go live and manage to gather hundreds of thousands of live viewers watching any given stream. This is partly the reason these streamers are being declared the new rappers, as they are massively popular and just like rappers have been getting million-dollar deals. Aiden Ross is one of the more popular streamers who was rumored to sign a streaming deal with the site Kick for a $100 million deal. More money than most rappers see in their entire career. You may ask yourself why these streaming sites are giving these streamers so much money. Well, it all goes back to influence and control. Streamers are the new rappers in the sense that they're the ones with the youth in their hands. The kids now want to be like their favorite streamers, just like they want to be their favorite rappers. The elite see just how much influence these streamers have and want to be able to control it. If they can control what the influencer says and promotes, they can influence the entire generation of kids who admire these streamers. These big corporations buy the influence these streamers have by offering them million-dollar deals. The fact that they pay them that much lets you know to what extent the influence goes. This technique isn't new. They have been doing this with everything that is popular. They did it with rappers in the music industry. Record labels who are owned by the elite of our world sign rappers straight out of the hoods, then use them to promote destruction to their very own people. They pay them to rap about violence and glamorize the street life and codes. This way, when those who are influenced by the music live out that influence, they can end up in a privately owned prison, owned by the very same people who signed those artists. This is why these streaming sites are giving hundreds of million-dollar deals to people like Kai Cenat, who has the urban youth in his hands. The kids love Kai Cenat, which is why the record labels are sending all their rappers to promote their music through his streams. The labels know to get to the youth nowadays, you must go through Kai Cenat. This is the only reason Drake, the biggest artist in the music industry, chose to attend Kai's live stream the day his album came out, instead of Academic Stream, which is a more hip-hop related live stream. Drake chose Kai because he knows he has control over the youth. This is the reason Kai was offered millions just to stream. The streaming companies are doing the same as the labels, buying the influence these streamers have. Then they are using the streamers to promote whatever aligns with their agenda. What's interesting is that Kai, just like many rappers, comes from an urban community. He's a Bronx native like myself. They signed Kai to a lucrative deal to promote destruction to the same youth that
Streamers and content creators aren't as easily controlled. They don't come to people with that type of deal. You gotta say XYZ. No, because the content creators are already making so much money. They'll just be like, no. It's not. This dude is thinking that they're being controlled because he just has that mindset, but they're not. They're not being controlled. They're not being told what to create. It's just, hey, create, do your thing. Boom. We're going to get a cut of it. You feel me? We're going to throw you sponsorships. Woo, woo, woo. We're going to help you build. You create. That's what it is. It's whatever, man. I mean, everybody has their opinion. You know what I mean? We're on the outside looking in.
Most people think Kai is just a harmless live streamer whose job is just to entertain. The thing is, this is far from the truth. Kai is being used to push a destructive agenda.
Oh my
Recently,
God.
we're seeing a perfect example of this with his prison stream he called 7 Days In. A little over a week ago, Cenat started his 7 Days in Prison stream that consisted of him and other streamers pretending to be locked up in a fake prison for a week. During the stream, Kai could be seen pretending to be a prisoner while glamorizing it to his fans. Most of us know prison is a serious situation, and
Nigga, this is a skit, nigga. God damn, I tell you, some people just can't enjoy life, bro. This is a whole ass skit. Everybody's in on it. It's a whole, nigga, it's a whole skit. It's a whole just, what are you talking about? Oh my God, I tell you. Some people just have a stick shoved so far up their ass, bro. Like, ooh, that shit is in there. Like, and they just take everything in life so serious. You know what I mean? What the hell? This nigga did a live stream and it's a whole ass skit. And they pushing that agenda. God damn, some people are so just corny and just, whew.
we should all make sure we never end up in there. Recently, a friend of mine got out of prison after 7 long years. And from what he tells me, it's nothing like Cenat makes it seem. Kai is being used to glamorize prison just like the rappers are. Rappers are used to influence the urban youth in hopes of either getting rid of them or putting them in a prison where the elite profit off their imprisonment. Prison is a massive business that makes trillions of dollars a year. And just like every other business, it has men that profits from it. These same men are the ones giving these kids hundreds of millions of dollars because they'll make it all back at the end. Kai knew when he signed that deal that he was selling his soul, and he admitted this himself.
If you know what I'm going for, you know what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to sign that deal. I want to sign the deal. It's up my soul. It's up my soul. It's up my soul.
He knew that by signing these big deals with these corporations, he would become property to these corporations, a puppet that they can use. This is exactly what Kai revealed by admitting he was going to sell his soul by signing the deal. During this prison stream, Kai is making prison look fun and enjoyable, like it's just a giant hangout for the boys, when in reality, it's an eater of life and opportunities. Why is this what Cenat is using his massive influence to promote? Knowing that where he comes from, many people end up in prison throwing away their lives over a decision they were influenced to make by the rappers they grew up listening to. Kai knows the urban community youth is targeted. He is not dumb. Instead of using his massive platform to bring change and positively influence his audience, he sells out to the elite and is being used to push the prison agenda. This is the disturbing truth of our world. People are selling out, becoming puppets just for money and fame. Now, for those that are going to say Kai is doing nothing bad and it's all comedy, you need to wake up. Influence is why companies sign these people to begin with. They know they have a lot of influence. They literally call them influencers because they influence the masses. Kai is doing what he is told to do, promoting incarceration to the youth, making it all seem like a giant joke. And for the rest of the people who are going to say what Kai is doing is not bad, as their shows like 60 Days In, it is not the same, and you guys are wrong. Number one, both of these shows are bad, and just because one person is doing something incorrect doesn't mean another one should do it as well. Plus, 60 Days In at least paints some reality of prison. They're not popular influencers with massive influence over the youth, acting like prison is funny and a place to hang out with the guys. They're actually showing some reality of the dangers that happen within prison. It's two completely different situations. So many kids are already influenced by drill rappers to throw their lives away in the streets. Now, they have influencers making prison seem like a fun old time. You think this is a coincidence? This is a well-constructed plan to continue to mentally and spiritually control the urban youth. We need to wake up and stop supporting the things that are created to destroy us. Don't let the nature of it being a joke to fool you. The reason they want Cenat to stream this is because they know what influence it'll have over the children.
Yeah, and actually, he wasn't the first influencer to do this whole in jail thing. Mr. Beast has done this quite a few times, and he has a much younger audience. And I feel like they use this opportunity to make jail seem like it's playtime. Especially in this Cenat live stream, they're walking into prison with a group of their friends, chilling, having a good time. They're not really showing their audience the real reality of life in prison. Something else I realized is that in one of the episodes, they invite Krishan Rock, and at some point she starts saying some prayers, and yeah, that sounds really nice and all. But my problem with this is, just a few months back, she had somebody attack Wolvicki for doing the same thing on the Baddie East show. Obviously, we can see these things are being done just for the camera, but I feel like this makes her very hypocritical. I don't want people to see Krishan on Kai's stream and be confused and think that she's supporting Christ. The fact that she got mad when Wolvicki was doing this and then she goes and she does it, it really shows her true colors and reveals that she's really not serving Christ. I feel like they're using this whole prison stream situation as a big joke to influence.
You know what? You guys are perfect for each other. This guy and this girl talking, oh my God, you guys are perfect for each other. What the...
the youth. But what's sad is that prison isn't a joke. It's really years of somebody's life that's just being wasted. They're not able to be out in the real world doing anything successful with their time because they chose to be on a path. The path that they're choosing, they're being manipulated to take through the stuff they're being influenced by on social media and the music.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially when you mentioned the Krishan Rock situation.
Great point.
So many people probably saw that in the stream and felt...
Listen, let me say this. Obviously, we know music, television, movies, everything influences people. I'm not saying that's not the case. We know that's the case. All I'm saying is, Kai making this stream, he did this with no ill intent. He didn't do this to, oh, I'm going to influence the youth and, oh, yeah. No, bro. He said, you know what will be hilarious? We all should act like we're in prison together, and we're going to act out the stereotypical scenarios in prison. A lot of people are going to think this is hilarious. Let's make this stream together, you guys. And everybody say, yeah, nigga, that would be hilarious. Yeah. We can do this, we can have riots, we can do this, woo. And him and all the homies did it. And they put a whole skit together. That's all it was. For pure entertainment. There was no ill intent. Oh yeah, the elite said, let me push this agenda so I can continue to make money. No, nigga. He came up with this idea, said this will be hilarious. So let's make this video for everybody. And he told the homies. The homies said, bro, yeah, that would be hilarious. I'm with it. And they all did it for everybody. That's all it was. That's all it was. But like I said, some people in this world just got that stick shoved so deep in their ass. It's just like, they just take it. It's so far up their ass that anything that they see, oh my God, pushing an agenda. What are you talking about? God damn. These people need to, whoever feels this way, whoever agrees with this video, they all need to go have more sex in their life. They're all too pent up. Go get a release. You feel me? They all need a good like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they need. But let's keep listening.
Happy and felt that, wow, Krishan Rock is probably turning to Christ or is serving Christ. That situation that happened on Baddies, and to myself I said, yeah, this is not someone that is truly serving Christ or is for Christ. Even if she wants to pretend she is, she showed the true intentions on the show. And it's already common that the industry loves using these influencers and celebrities to push their specific agenda. And they'll create narratives and create images for these artists or influencers like we've seen with many rappers in the past. Recently, I just spoke about Akon. Akon's a perfect example. Akon never really went to prison, but his whole entire persona, his whole entire image was of being a man in the streets, surviving the streets, years in prison. Even though he never went to prison, he did get in trouble one time for a weapons charge, but after that he was given probation. He didn't go to prison for it. So his whole convict image is fake. An even better example is with Little Mabo. Little Mabo is the best example of all of it. His father was a multi-millionaire when he already had him. He's grew up in mansions and has everything he's ever wanted, but then he goes and pretends and cross-dresses as a gangster who goes to the hoods in the Bronx and in Brooklyn and makes songs with drill rappers pretending to be gangster. This is literally what the industry does. They use kids like these that they can influence the youth to follow this path. Like you said, a path of destruction.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You mentioned all of those old rappers who are rapping about things that they didn't do. They helped create the rappers like K Flock and D-Thing, promoting this life of destruction that these kids didn't know was just a facade. So eventually they grew up and actually participated in this stuff and ended up in prison. But before they got in prison, they were making music about destroying each other, turning around when somebody was hurt or not here anymore, and then mocking them, spreading this all over, and everybody was just consuming this. We saw where they ended up, just listening to the rappers who were not even living that life, just pushing the destruction that they were being paid to push.
You know, there's a famous hip-hop urban legend I've spoken about in the past.
Okay. What they're saying holds a little weight. It has some truth to it, right? I was talking about Kai. I'm not talking about all these other rappers. I went down that whole rabbit hole. I believe that's true. I'm talking about with Kai, though. With Kai, no. But yes, for sure. Within the music industry, I agree with them. I agree.
And even Crazy Bone has spoken about it as well. They said that years ago, a secret meeting happened in hip-hop where the elite met with some of the biggest hip-hop executives. And this is before hip-hop was about to go through its transformation and blow up and be what it became today. And supposedly, during this meeting, these elitists that were there were actually investors in the private prison system. And allegedly, they invested into the music industry and paid these executives heavily and gave them a lot of budgets to be able to sign gangster rappers, and gave these executives a reason to sign these gangster rappers because they promised them more money and told them that these are the only rappers they wanted to push. The reason, allegedly, that they did this was so that these rappers that are signed can then promote gangsterism and street culture and create this street culture that we have now that would lead to many people being incarcerated. This meeting was never confirmed, and this is the reason why I call it an urban hip-hop story, but it still seems like it's what really happened if you ask me. Just look at the music industry. In hip-hop, they promote destruction, and they glamorize it. They make it seem like a great thing. Just like we see Kai Cenat promoting the prison system. Kai Cenat is there showing himself in prison, having a good time, reenacting scenes in movies, trying to make it a blast. When the kids see this, they think that it's fun. They think that it's a good old time the same way. They're young. They're influenced wrong. How many things have you not done when you were young that you now think are really dumb as an adult? That's what you need to understand. These kids look at these influencers, look at these big rappers, and they want to be just like them. So when they see things like this, they don't think as prison as this bad thing no more. They start to relate prison as a joke because this is the experience that they're seeing from Kai Cenat. And yes, the kids know it's fake, but they think that Kai Cenat is reenacting what really happens in prison. This is what they believe they're seeing, so this is what's going to influence them. Just think to yourself, why else would these streaming companies give hundreds of millions of dollars to these young streamers if they did not have that kind of influence? They know the influence they have. They know they can use them to promote whatever they desire, to manipulate the audience to be whatever they desire, you know?
Yeah, and you want to know something crazy? Two of the largest shareholders in both media and prison is Vanguard and BlackRock. And we already know that BlackRock has a big hand in everything. All of the food companies fall under BlackRock. And if you take a look at all the food, the majority of it is not good for us. If you look at all of the cleaning products, shareholders of BlackRock, not all these cleaning products are safe for us. So it just goes to show us that they don't care about us, and they're going to go all the way around and do whatever they can do to cause destruction for us. Make it seem like it's all fun, but when in reality, they're imprisoning us. They're keeping us in a trap. We're stuck on the same hamster wheel doing the same things repeatedly for them.
You know, it's a great point that you mentioned Vanguard and BlackRock, because you're right. These are two of the biggest investment companies that they have their hands in just about everything, and they also are invested heavily in the music industry. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're behind these companies as well, because these streaming sites came out of nowhere, and it's not cheap to run a streaming site. It's not cheap to start one either. They have big investors, and I wouldn't be surprised that one of those big investors are Vanguard, the same people that have their hands in the music industry and dictate what's being spread through there. It's all an agenda, and they're using the most influential people to play this out. This is how you get it done. These rich men, they don't have any influence. They have power, they have control, and they have money. They have to buy the influence with that money. They have to go to people that are influential, people that people want to be like, and give them the money, and now they have the control over them. This is what's been going on for centuries, and it's not going to stop anytime now. What we need to do is wake up, and we cannot be supporting things like this. We cannot get behind things like this and go watch it and validate it, because it allows them to continue it. It allows them to keep on spreading content like this because they don't feel pressure to stop. That's what we need to do. We need to tell these creators, this is going too far. You're influencing the youth to do something wrong. Stop it. This is when we put our foot down and let them know we will not be influenced to participate in this trap that they have made for us. Well,
you know what? This was actually a good video. Dope video, first off. Good video. Made a lot of great points. Great video. Spoke some facts. Like, I agree. An agenda, of course, was pushed in the black community. I agree completely. That conspiracy theory, I fucks with it, and I agree with it completely, bro. So I agree with you. However, when it comes to Kai is not a part of that conspiracy theory. I don't believe streamers are a part of that. Not yet. Like you said, streamers getting deals and things, this is new. It's going to happen more and more, I think, within the coming years. And then you'll start to see streamers basically selling their soul because they have to push certain agendas in order to sign. But right now, no, it's new. That's not happening. So anyway, I don't think Kai is pushing an agenda. Like I said, they wanted to make a little video. They thought it would be fun. He got all the people he knew, all the homies. They all did it. You know what I mean? So it was cool. That's what I truly think. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. This channel, they made a great video. They made a lot of great points. I see where they're coming from, and I understand where they're coming from. Despite me laughing at them and talking shit about them, I still understand where they're coming from. It's just crazy, like I said, for them to even include Kai in that. It kind of just makes me think they're the type of people to see anything and just, like I said, and be like, oh, this is trying to influence you in a bad way. This is trying to take you down. Like literally everything they probably say that about. And they're just like, ah, damn, you got to learn how to chill, you know? But despite that, they did a great job. This was a good video. I understand where they're coming from. I don't agree, but they made some great points. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comments. I'm going to see you guys next time. Shout out to the gang. Yeah. Peace.
I know you want me. You said you're lonely. You can't get none of me. Smoking the gas now, feel like a star, yeah. She wanna get rich, proud of Dior, yeah. My heart is so froze now.